Honestly, I mean, if we're talking about the top, like, Bomba's gonna win. It's just how it goes. It's how we all expect. But I think that's the beauty of the format. I think ultimately we are seeing something that we haven't seen before. You know, show matches have always been kind of this one-off, but the ability to kind of get back into the game. It is a battle of resiliency throughout 6 matches. So to get into that tail end of it now with yourself and myself, I'm excited for. And we're going into luxury goods. So maybe someone's going to take advantage of that shop item. We'll see what happens.
Who knows what it is going to be. A bit of extra RNG to throw into the mix. You know what? As much as I am with you, I feel that Bomba are going to come out on top. I'm going to grab that copium, and I'm going to hope that we see a closer run thing going into game number 6 than perhaps what could be the case. And we drop in with the Bad Boys, another one of these teams who's been a little bit here and there, but they're already enclosing on Hide on FOMO, particularly Toomey, who's been caught all on their own here, and they're immediately going to be spiked. I was asking for no mercy, but we got it there immediately.
Yeah, not the start you're looking for, but ultimately those points, again, we talk about the emphasis on placement and how important it is. You know, yes, there's multiple ways to get back into this match. There's multiple ways to get out of it, and for Cheaper here, probably not going to be an easy getaway despite the movement with Julie. So, again, 2 players down, but like that is equivalent to already skipping into a top 8 finish. It's absolutely crucial to get those kills. This format heavily incentivizes it, and I'm all for the aggression. Like, nobody wants to be here snoozing.
Well, I mean, we just saw literally in that last game how much it affected Bomba. The amount of, I mean, I think that KP was equivalent to 25, 30 points in the end. It was crazy amount of kills. Worth spotting the biome souls on the map as well, Glider Soul and Armor Soul, so we're not going to be looking at any level 10s anytime soon, but we will be looking at potential rotational options opening up, and we've seen how effective Armor Soul was earlier on in this series as Pumpers goes in for a little bit of scouting, and I think they've given themselves away, certainly with that bird as the arrows fall down, and Bad Boys haven't actually taken this, oh, what a great hook, never mind, stop talking, Reliq, because there's a Kai going down. Easy falls like a sack of spuds, and now it's 4v3. Bad Boys, I think, assessing their options to rotate out. Might have to split ways here and hope for the soul survival. The rat to go and try and revive them all back. Pumpers a bold engage, but one that has provided dividends.
Oh, I absolutely love this from Pumpers, and that's the approach you need to take. Again, as soon as you get that first pick with the Kingpin, you have to commit. Again, already securing 3 kills to start and continuing that aggression. Obviously, it leads to that heavy snowball, getting the extra experience, the double ability to pick up on those items. Again, that's kind of the emphasis that has to happen, especially when everybody is so spread out in these early zones. Just the capability to say we can confidently take a fight, we can snowball our effect and carry that through into the late game. Again, that aggression early is heavily rewarded.
And I could not agree with you more, and what a time to do it as well. Look, if you are going to close that gap on Bomba Squad, you gotta do something different. Sometimes you just gotta throw caution to the wind and risk it. There's no risks for these guys on the right side of the map, and especially dropping for free in stacks. You are already going to see level 6, although whether they're going to be able to maximize their value out of it even is debatable with no one really around. But fair play to the Pumpers here. Not taking that base certainly didn't assist anybody in that scenario who was on the back foot. Pumpers punished them big time, and they head circle just to try and farm up a few more bits of equipment.
I mean, at the same time, right, we talk about not taking that base, but the reality is that's giving away information to other teams. You know, when you take base, it does showcase that timer going up on it, saying that someone's capturing it. And in battle royales, I mean, let's call it what it is, vision's everything, knowing where people are. So again, the ability to kind of still stay under that fog of war per se and rotate cleanly. The only ones that are going to know are the 2 teams that unfortunately had to meet their demise at the beginning. So again, I think for Pumpers, they're playing it intelligently. They're just trying to scout around it. And case in point, now you have a team that's going back in with VV. Like, this could be problematic. You got a team on the top, team on the bottom. How are they going to rotate? Let's find out.
As we head into our first night, 40 players still up, although that number might be slashed very quickly indeed.
Oh, no.
Lovely hook and the stun, but what a brilliant response from Hot Biscuit to take down Sticky, and there's a second as well. Oh, that is brutal from Pensato, who drops their cargo into the abyss, prioritizing survival, which is absolutely the right call, by the way. And Blix, gotta be careful there. We saw some great Stalker gameplay from Blix earlier on. They've moved into the Kingpin, and again, we're seeing so many brilliant engagement opportunities combined with the Zeph as well for disengagement. I'm loving the Hunter composition from Pumpers more than anything.
Oh, me too. And to double down on that, the lack of hesitation is absolutely crucial. We talk about 3 teams in the area. You need to be decisive. They go in, they get 2 kills. And yeah, why they don't clear out a team and less competition in their way. Guaranteed points, able to move on, and then they can play this aggressive. It's a phenomenal hook. And again, Kingpin coming in big. That has been the pivotal player throughout the entire course of this tournament.
Kaiju item is going to be skirted around here for the bad boys as Chipsa picks up another. Usually the Void main, but here on Mythy, claiming names for a living. Retri falls, and mercifully for the bad boys at least, well, I mean, they could have rotated up to Kobayashi's, but at nighttime, of course, there's no NPCs for your protection, so they're gonna have to rotate all the way around. But check that out, they're rotating into a team that's on the line. No train in sight. It's Vivat Venazio, but it looks like they did not quite grab the vision, or they might just have not cared Lawler at that point, but it feels like the bad boys get away with another one.
Well, unfortunately for them, they are going to have to kind of reconverge and see how things go out, as Good Comms does manage to get a spike there on the back end. You're kind of looking at this map and seeing how things have to rotate. Obviously, some teams out very far wide, they're going to be that late rotation, potentially coming in for those kill points. But everybody else just kind of formulating their opinions on how do we want to take this next phase? Because this is kind of that first night cycle that we're going to see the pivotal moment of when you start to see things really consolidate. So a good hook on the back end, again, absolutely dominated. But for Pumpers, it just seems to be so nonchalant in their decision-making as they're working in tandem. Hot Biscuit, obviously a veteran of this playstyle of game, going to force out that Celeste ultimate until hopefully they can land something on the back end. But very elusive, and Bombers, these trades in that kill feed, man, those are ones to pay attention to.
Yeah, I think Pumpers in eyes on the prize forgot to check their rearview mirror there, because Bomba pick up one of them, and so Pumpers is forced to rotate out. And so guess who the Biome Soul falls to? Yep, that's right, literally the series leader. Could not have gone any worse for them. Hide on FOMO here, still in Kobayashi's, but we are in daytime, and so the Pumpers, well, they could go for the revive. The Storm only scratching at this point. Same for Hide on FOMO, who I think have just come off the back of a revive. Just a little bit of a Wild West showdown here, waiting for Blix to go out, going for the hook. Oh, whiskers away. Good idea from Hide on FOMO, but it didn't quite pay off.
Yeah, I like the aggression again. Again, when you talk about those opportunities and a chance, yes, you have the ability to zone them out, but the beauty of this game with so much movement capabilities and knowing how to avoid those spikes, you know, a team like that, especially Pumpers, is not going to be falling for it. So they're able to get away, but unfortunately for 4GG here, they need to find a way as well. See if they can escape and get the team back in the action. But you know, so much aggression. This Bishop trying to do whatever they can to catch up. It's going to connect, and that is going to do it. Our first team eliminated. Say goodbye to 4GG.
Yeah, Bomba went to the theater, the movie on show, Finding Nemo. And find them, they most certainly did. For dinner, 4GG, well, unfortunately, their rise to fame has come to a shattering end. Glider Soul with a quick rotate into Kappas here now, who are looking to very quickly back up. A Bomba don't want any of it. Bit of a whiff on the Oath ult there. Up goes the Jewel just to relocate, and I love this play from Campo. For Bomba, it's an easy decision. Another free KP, let's go for it. But it has ensured, from Campo's perspective, the survival of his team.
I think the credit on that one always goes to Aiden. And again, the ability to just be so disruptive, jumps into the heart of the team, gets 3 to disengage, and then also on the same time is able to zone them at the same time. So you've got 3 players on Bomba, able to chase down 1 player, isolate them, completely do it. But again, that initiation, again, Kingpin is a man after my own heart. That is my main, that is my guy. And just seeing the effectiveness of what you can do with just that combo. Jump in with the dash, land a stun, immediately 100 to 0. Seeing if they can do it again here.
Locomotives, I would say, very bold. And another Oath with these walls are causing more trouble than is worth. And another one. Maybe it's a triple, but one of the worst kind. They're on this barge, Locomotives. And again, we're going to see a split call here. Two different ways in the fork in the road, and I think Locomotives have played this as good as they could, as Anku just stands by and watches in fear as Bomba Squad rush by him. Treat Fly, I mean, basically just delaying the inevitable here. More KP to Bomba, even if they finish up 8th or 7th here, Lawler. They've done a stellar job in Game 4.
Oh, 100%. It's just that coordination. Every time you see them take a fight, they swarm. Everybody covering a different angle. And the fact that it's so intuitive, it's not something that's communicated. But again, another fight here. Pump actually down low. So we're going to see this play develop. We already have a couple down. Good counter on the back end here. Canadian find a connection with that myth. Again, you just have to disengage your Reliq.
You really do. I mean, to be fair, you don't want to chase a Zeph either. One of the quickest characters in the entire game. And so, for the moment, they will take the KP and they will rest up Yonkishi because, boy, do they need the points. They don't want to oversell themselves or, alternatively, sell themselves too short. A hook after a hook. Men after your own heart, Lawler, but here comes Kappas with Spicy Marinara leading the charge, a whip on the Void ult, and they're going to go straight into the hands of Good Comms, who are here with Armor Soul. For the second time in this series, they're looking to clean up shop. Sandwall, Kappas holding firm for the moment. Pumper Sinoid dies to the world, so I think Pumpers are out at 9th place. That's wild, but there's more to come from this particular fight.
What a good challenge on the top side. And again, GC really trying to make a run for it. They were kind of blessed with the team falling into their path, but now they're going to collapse. One down with Campo. Can they get the other one on the back end? Again, good retreat here from Jop. Not sure if they can find a way. Is Ori still going to try to pray for some vision? Able to dodge the hook there. Tom has been absolutely excellent throughout all of our show matches. A couple of Abyss hooks coming back as well. So curious to see if the counterplay is going to happen. Treats is up. And again, just playing that disengage. They're just trying to zone them out. And unfortunately for them on the outside, Hide on FOMO is ready to show their hand as they come in. The engagement begins.
It's Amral Akbar, isn't it? It's a trap, and it's a very well set one indeed. One that can see the locomotives fall as a third, fourth team. And indeed, that is the case. We're down to our top 6, but now BOMBA come in to third party. The third party is Train as well, and it's going to get a kill. Extraordinary as Stomp Nuts is run over. And my goodness, Hide on FOMO from the heroes. Well, to the not quite so heroic Psychosen. Again, they have to go into the ring, but it's all for naught. Brilliant, brilliant counter here from BOMBA, and Hide from FOMO did not know what hit them.
That is just absolutely surgical from BOMBA. They understand the play's developing. They have the audio cues, and they're like, you know what? Not yet. Not yet. Okay, go. And immediately when you think there's some reprieve, they come in and punish. So a fantastic job. The only benefit, I think, there for FOMO, one of the players did die to the train, so they're denying some KP from the team at the top. Either way, two teams here battling out. Triple B back in the action, so glad to see them full strength and ready to fight.
Yonkishi watching across the way. They are the ones with the most gap to climb in terms of the series scoreboard. Bad Boys desperately don't want to screw this one up. 2 attempted Kingpin grabs, 2 whiffs, and Yonkishi does indeed decide to just head the other way and rotate up. And I don't mind this plan at all. Lawler buys them a little bit more space, especially when you got these guys, BOMBA lurking. They actually lost someone in a fight off screen, but with Glider Soul, they're able to keep control of that platform, but the ring doesn't favor them. Check out the distance they got to cover.
But the reality, though, I think it actually benefits them. They have so much space to work with, and obviously the communication on that team is absolutely stellar. So I'm sure they're deciding on, okay, based upon where people are, we can assume the positions based upon where we had to rotate out of. So again, I think all that space, yes, they can be punished at the circle, but you already see a lot of these teams grouping. No one's going to be there to really threaten them. So I think they'll be able to skate in pretty easily. As, again, Jan and Boyd still fighting this one out. This is quite the extended fight. A lot of times you don't want to do it, but it looks like they're going to commit. Should be able to take one down. No, just kidding. Able to get away. Kage safe and able to heal on the back end. Good counter. And those heals up. Luna, again, just showcasing how helpful that Hunter has been. Scouting from above, man.
I tell you what, it's all about aerial vision. And speaking of aerial, here comes the airstrike from Mithy. Lifted above the ground like the Wicked Witch of the East here. And moving in on Bad Boy. Yonkishi,
that's your kill leader in the lobby. That's so terrifying.
I mean, they catch 2 for the price of 1 with the Oath ult. And they're right up against the ring. They have to rotate through it. And thankfully, there is enough of a lip there to be able to do so successfully. But no fear from BOMBA. They are taking this particular lobby by the scruff of the neck.
Again, the confidence to, like you said, Wicked Witch of the East, just flying through, just like, when do you guys want to do this? Like, I'm ready for you. But again, they completely disengage. Even though they have an advantageous position on that south team, they decide to back up and take to the north side. Again, rotationally and when it comes to the terrain, it's the better decision. So as this fight develops, They're just trying to find for that one connection. It's pretty neutral here. That entry frag is going to be absolutely crucial. As again, Treadsy on the back end, applying that poke with Myth, does manage to connect on one. This could be two on the back end. And there you have it. It is going to be just a matter of time before BOMBA strikes again.
Don't blame Yonkishi for losing that fight. The Oath Zeph combination right now, too strong. Oath, jack of all trades, master of none. But I tell you what, that extra little healing from your Q on top of the Zeph, chef's kiss. And Yonkishi really didn't know where to look. You're right, the actual engage from Yonkishi was actually pretty successful. They got a lot of health down, but they weren't able to capitalize. They weren't able to finish the job on 1 or 2. They were down to 3 in the blink of an eye. Darking fell pretty quickly, and then the rest, as they say, is history. Top 3, and I tell you what, Kappas are going to be absolutely thrilled. It's their first appearance here all series.
It's a good start on that tail end. You talk about what that break can do for a team in the reset of the mental. Curious on how these teams actually spent that downtime. As again, between a rock and a hard place, it's going to be that early ultimate. And again, something that BOMBA has no hesitancy on is they send those cooldowns. They know they've got to be decisive. They have one in the air as Marinara trying to fly away. Do whatever they can. It doesn't matter. It's going to be spiked down. A good connection. Mithy adding one to the count. We talk about being the kill leader. And again, they just don't seem to miss. So, again, now gonna have to retreat, and they don't want to wait. No hesitancy here. Trying to see if they can connect. Oh, just trying to bully one out. They have one in the zone. That should be an easy pickup, and you know they're going to commit for it. Again, one goes in, denies all the reception on that damage from Niza, and the rest just clean house, man. It's a 1-2 combo that is almost unstoppable.
They got a 1-2 level gap on everybody in the lobby simply by virtue of reaching level 9 first. And are you surprised, folks? Because I'm not. They have run through this lobby like a snowplow through Alaska. Gugu Saya goes down. We have rats somewhere on this map. We have an attempted revive from Retri, but you're not going to be able to get away with that, son. In fact, Campo now has a little bit of incentive here. Choip's still up as well. They're going for the revive themselves. They're just seconds away. Kappas are going to go back up to all 4, but they've been caught in the Oath ultimate. Back down to 3 almost immediately. Spicy Marinara going to fall, and just before that was Anku. And here's the Jewel looking to relocate, but how quickly are they going to be able to get away? They've certainly got the toolkit to be able to do so. Oh, the Oath hammer! Like Thor striking thunder, they strike Kappas out of the game.
I do not know who baited that, but it was intelligent. The player that was trying to get away managed to showcase there's another team here, and Bob was like, yeah, 4KP will take it every single time. We'll add to our lead. Again, an absolutely dominant play, but now it's up to Triple B. They've only got one player left with the most wanted. A little bit of cat and mouse here, and it feels like, again, Reliq, it's only a matter of time until the team collapses. They showcase what they've been able to do all game long, all day long, and another first place finish for BOMBA.